Hi guys, Rachel is Spunky Misfit Girl here, and I have just got a super quick, awesome little trick for you that you may have run into before, but I just tried it out on one of these printables that I made for this, and it worked super amazingly well. And it is just to make these really nice torn edges without a lot of fuss, and it works really well, and so hopefully it can maybe come in handy. We'll just do a couple of quick ones. I put this little guy together super quick and fast because I wanted something that had kind of a vintagey look, and with these, because I had a white border around them, I ended up with this white border. So I put this kind of tan border around these guys to try this out with and see how it goes. So we need a cup of water. I've got my really old crusty paint cup here, about half full with water, and a paintbrush. And I'm using this kind of wide guy, but like not too big. It's kind of a medium-sized brush. And all I'm gonna do is I'm going to paint with water right down the row where I'm gonna want that tear to be, okay? So I'm going right down the middle, and I'm gonna go down the sides on both sides here. Now, with my first try, I actually let this dry. And then I did it again. So I'm not sure how it will work if I didn't do that, if I only did one kind of go round. And I think I might go ahead and let this guy dry and do it that way again. So I'm just going all 3 vertical lines, all 3 horizontal lines to rip my cards out. And I'm just painting a line of water along each, okay? And I think I am gonna just go ahead and let this guy dry. And I'm gonna paint this one too, and then we'll come back and do a second round on that one. And you guys will be able to go ahead and experiment and see what happens. If you let me know, if you try this out and it's kind of like you just do one round of water painting and it works, let us know in the comments. Because I'm scared to try it now. I know it works when I do 2 times around. And I know sometimes people use this for decoupaging with napkins. But I think this will be pretty awesome for making paper ephemera as well. So, okay, we're gonna go ahead. This is still pretty wet, it's not super dry. I did leave it to dry. I went and did something else the last time. So I'm just gonna do a very quick little splash back over these because I think I'm still gonna be pretty loose and wet. What's nice about this paper is that it's really easy to see because it turns that background kind of yellowy, and so I can see. And so then what I did was I used my ruler as an edge along all of my painting. it might actually be better to do this while your painting is still wet, because it's maybe the paper is more easily torn versus when it dries, it gets more brittle. I guess what I really want with these, I didn't really want that kind of yellowy stuff that's happening with the paper. So I should tear closer, try to tear closer to my edge. Just tore that corner right off too, but that's okay. We're going for a vintage look, and so that is what we expect. Yeah, I think this might actually be a little smoother if you do let it dry for a bit. I think it being as wet as it is right now is actually leading me to slightly more jagged results, which depending on what you're going for could be a good thing, right? It's up to you. But you also see that depending on what, if these are printables, depending on what they look like, you might get some. On the white, it didn't show at all, right? Of course. But with this printed background, that's not something I thought about, that I can see that there are kind of these watermarks. But I actually think that's kind of cool. And once I ink these up, it's gonna be really pretty awesome. And that gives them a little bit more of a feel of like genuine vintageness. I wish I had my ink here, but I don't, so that I could ink these up and show you what it's gonna look like. But I didn't bring it because I didn't think I would need it. So let's do these guys as well. And I actually think this yellowiness on these and the kind of water spot marks, I didn't get close enough. I went too far. I should have been closer on this side because I'm just tearing. Let me do this. Because what I really wanted with these was actually not even to have the border. So I'm gonna go closer on here where I didn't get close enough, and same thing over on these guys, so that we get them. I can rip right up against that edge, and I think I'm good on the other spots. So let's tear this bottom first. See how that goes. Whoop. Oh yeah, because these are gonna look so actually vintage. And actually, if you printed these on, well, as of filming, I haven't put these ladies up in my shop. I'm thinking about it, but I'm thinking about what else to do if I want to do more with them. Give them frames or anything like that rather than just putting them right up. That got kind of chewed up. But this will give them a very vintagey feel. These ladies. I mean, you could also just tear with the ruler, but I think painting them with the water first gives it a softer, you know, they're a little more chewed up, which I think looks really nice. And especially if you were doing like a vintage memories kind of themed journal, this would be a cool way to make your ephemera look just that little bit more like it's been handed down in the family. Oop, oop, oop. Yeah, I do think you want to do these right on the back of having painted it, because I think it's better if it's wet. So if you're gonna do one round and then let it dry, then you wanna come and do another and then rip it right away after you've done that second round, because it's good for it to be a little bit wet. I'm getting my butcher paper underneath too. This girl I love, and I'm thinking about putting her on the cover of my faux leather cover journal that I've been working on. That is close to done. I just got to figure out a cover for it and the last few things to go in there. Okay. I'm liking that. Let's just finish off the last bits of these two on the side that we redid. And look, it's got this nice little water spotty bit there. I actually really like that. Looks intentional. And with some ink, that's gonna be so cool. It's gonna look very old and nice. And I might actually brush a little ink over the top of it too, or crumple it up. Anyway, super quick, easy technique for making your ephemera look a little bit more vintage and just having that kind of extra handmade touch. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video.